All right, welcome everybody. Here's another edition of Scott's Guide to Surviving an Imperfect Life. I'm your host, Scott Jones. Thank everyone for joining me here in my home studio tonight. This is something I feel very passionate about, and it's about surviving, again, the imperfect life. We're not chasing the perfection. We're not trying to be everything. We're not trying to do everything, but there's so much happiness to be had. There's so many great things for us to experience. There's so much love and joy and beauty in this world, and sometimes we miss it because we're so busy chasing the things we don't have. So I wanted to talk about that tonight. I will be acknowledging people as we go throughout. Some of our great listeners. Janet's already out there. Janet, thank you very much for jumping on right away. We appreciate it, and I hope you are doing well. Some people out there already know that I've had COVID recently, so I want to start the show by reminding everybody this it ain't over, and no amount of political talk and no amount of ranting and raving and posturing and everything else is actually going to make this go away. The only thing that's going to make this go away is us being diligent and us getting vaccinated, us social distancing, doing those things. I don't like it. I'm a hugger. I'm a guy. I want to high five. I want to walk around. I want to lick people's faces. I want to be that guy. I don't like this, but this is the reality of what we have today. So please be very, very, very diligent. Hopefully by this time next year, this will be something that is in the past, but right now it is very much in our present. And good friends are sick. Good friends are in the hospital. Good friends are dying. This is serious. The hell with the political talk. I don't care what you think about Biden or Trump or anybody else. I don't care. Be diligent in taking care of yourself, your loved ones, your friends, and our communities. And let's get through this COVID thing together. I don't want to talk about a whole lot of this. If you can get the booster as well. I'm glad I had the vaccination. I would have been much sicker than I was had I not had the vaccination. And thank you to all the good people who got me through it. Addiction Training Center. That's my business partner, Karen Hurley, out there, and she's saying she's happy to see me on the show. Sandy's out there. That's my mom. I'm going to tell everybody that's my mom. She's saying hi. Rick Vincent. Rick, how are you, brother? Glad you're joining us today. Yvonne. Yvonne is sharing with us, and I appreciate you sharing, Yvonne, that she is COVID positive. And please take care of yourself, Yvonne. I want to see you get better and catch you at one of the Beatles shows real soon. So hopefully we'll be out there and we'll be able to see each other real soon out there. And Janet, once again, she's saying she's going to go out and get her booster right away. So again, I don't want to spend a lot of time on that because today's show, what I want to talk about is one way to survive an imperfect life is to have fun. And how do you have fun? Certainly there's a million things you can do. You can go out, you can look for new hobbies, you can do all sorts of things, but I want to talk about the gifts that are within us and the things that help me. Now, everybody knows out there that I had to conquer my addiction. I had to conquer my problems with alcohol and drugs. And beyond that, I had to conquer so many other things, which was my anger and my fears and my insecurities and my laziness and all of those things that went into my disease that were so far beyond the alcohol and drugs. My anger and my violence, those things needed a solution. And part of that solution is looking on the outside and trying to find people to do things with and have some fun. But the biggest part of the solution for me to fix my imperfect life was to find those gifts within me and to live within those gifts and to really bring those out and explode those out. One of the ones that I found for myself was music. You can see behind me, I'm in my studio at home. I have guitars, probably too many. Not that, anybody out there who knows me and knows musicians, they know you can never have too many guitars, but I probably have too many, but I love them and I love playing them. And I'm not a great guitarist. I'm not, I go out and I watch my friends, Gary, and I watch Dean Summers, and I watch Scott Sherman, and I watch all of my friends out there that are doing their bands and they're playing, and they are so talented. I'm not on that level, but what I am is I'm a guy who likes to just pull out his guitar, learn a new song, bang it out, and sing. and just have some fun. And if you catch me on my Facebook page, you can see that I've thrown a lot of music out there. I'm not trying to be, I don't want a record contract. I'm not ever going to have a one-man show. I have joy doing it. It brings me joy. And that's a gift I have. It's not the gift of being a great musician. It's a gift of loving music. See, there's a difference. Sometimes when we look at our gifts, we're looking at our gifts as they compare to other people instead of looking at our gifts as, what does it give us? I have the gift of being able to light up when I'm listening to music, when I'm singing music, when I'm playing music. So music is a very big part of my life. There's not a room in my house I can't go to where I can't say something and music starts playing. And I would say the name. It starts with an A and ends with an A, and it's from Amazon. And if I say the name and tell you who I'm talking about, she will chime in and start playing music. So I don't want to get her started. You know who I'm talking about. Yvonne's just mentioning, we mentioned the COVID. She's much better this week. And she says, thank you. Thank you, Yvonne. I'm glad you're doing better. But that's what I'm talking about. I don't want people looking inside themselves and saying, if I can't paint like Picasso, I'm not a painter. If I can't sing like Enrique Caruso, I'm not a singer. If I can't dance like Fred Astaire, I'm not a dancer. That's not what we're talking about. Our gifts are the things that light us up. You know, so if coloring in a coloring book lights you up, that's your gift. And what happens is if it lights us up, it'll light up others when we share it with others. That's why I put my music out there. And I don't know if some people might sing along with it. Some people might enjoy it. But you know what? It's about having fun. And maybe it'll encourage somebody else to pick up the guitar or the piano no, don't pick up a piano. You're going to hurt your back. Start playing piano, play the drums, harmonica, kazoo, do something. But start to embrace those gifts. We all have them. You don't have to be a great singer to sing. I'm going to tell you that right now. If you had to be a great singer to sing, Snoop Dogg would be broke and nobody would have ever heard of Bob Dylan. You don't have to be a great singer. You just have to find the joy and find a way to bring it out. And that's what I'm talking about. Some of the other things that I found in myself is cooking. I love cooking. It brings me joy. I'm not Julia Childs, thank God. I'm not Chef Gordon Ramsay because, you know, I'm not that crude. I just enjoy cooking. I enjoy taking a look and trying to figure out a recipe, and whether it's my stuffed peppers or make an eggplant parm or just some fresh meatballs. I really get a kick out of it. And my chili, I spend some days, sometimes on a Sunday, it's a 6-hour process for me to make chili. And I just love doing it. So it's my gift. It's not a gift. I'm not going to own a restaurant. I'm not going to win any awards. But it's a gift I can share with my friends. By me cooking, it brings me joy. And through that food, I can bring them joy. That's what a gift is. It's the things that bring us joy and light us up in our lives. It's not what other people recognize. It's what we see. It's what we feel. And that's how our imperfect life becomes perfectly wonderful, is by reveling in these gifts, in these talents, if you will. You know, we're looking for our gifts to make things a little more bearable for ourselves. It's that simple. My niece Haley, I win the greatest uncle award. Well, thank you, Haley. I appreciate that. She's up north. I haven't seen her in several years. She's gotten married and she's moved on. She's doing great things with her life. Haley, love you and miss you, and I'm glad that you're doing well. You know, and again, it's about being happy and having something like that, having a family member just kind of shout out and say hello. You know, loving other people and making friends is a gift. It's something that we can revel in. You know, it's absolutely wonderful. Speaking of gifts, let me give a shout out to Edie Polly, who's with us. She has been killing it at her shows, and I know she was sick for a little while. She's doing better. She's doing great with her art shows, and I believe that was over at the End to End art gallery. Thank you. I just lost the word. the art gallery, end-to-end art gallery in Hollywood. She's been doing shows. She did one last month. She did one this month. So congratulations. She's living and putting her gift out there for us. And some people might look at her painting and say, that's not my cup of tea. And other people say, I love that. It's my cup of tea. It doesn't matter. It's her gift. It's what she's bringing out to the world. What do you have? What are you going to bring out to the world? I've met people. The saddest thing I've ever heard is when I ask people, what do you like and what gifts do you have? And they don't know. They don't know. They have no idea what's inside of them. They have no idea what lights them up. And I've never heard anything so sad. How sad is life when you got nothing to share with others because you don't feel it within yourself? So how do we find our gifts? How are we going to do this? Let me give you a few ideas. The first thing and the easiest thing in the world to do is go back into your childhood. Think about the things that you had as a child, that you did as a child, that you stopped doing because you grew up. We don't play in sandboxes anymore. Well, maybe you do. I don't know. We don't play in sandboxes anymore. We don't run around and playing cowboys and Indians and cops and robbers. And, cowboys and Indians, you probably can't play anyway because it's not politically correct anymore. It was never meant to be disparaging towards anybody. It was just a game that we played. We ran and we played and we yelled and we screamed and we laughed and we loved our friends. And we didn't think about how much they made or what their political views were or what side of the tracks they lived on. We didn't care about any of that. They were just there, and they were parts of our lives that brought us joy, and we ran and we played with them. And that is a gift, is to connect with other human beings without all of the bullshit that we put in there as adults. I can't be friends with them, and they're this and they're that, and they think this, and they voted for this guy, and they went this way. Who cares? We lost that. We lost that as a child, that gift of loving and that gift of just pure joy. So maybe reach back to some of that. What are some of the things you did as a kid? I used to run around and sing when I was a kid. I'd lost it for a lot of years when I was buried in alcohol and I was buried in the strife of life. I'm going to call it the strife of life, where everything was about trying to achieve this perfection in my job, perfection in my bank account, perfection in my house, perfection in my family, perfection in the dog that we own. Everything had to be perfect. And I lost that joy. But I used to do it when I was a child. Think back to when you were a child. What were the things that gave you life? What were the things that light you up? That is your gift, my friend. So I used to run around singing. I used to run around pretending and play acting. And yes, I actually have done some things on stage, and I worked in TV and radio for a while. And now I get to go out and I get to train people and I get to interact with people. And it's not acting, but I get to connect with an audience, which is really what acting is all about. So now I just happen to be bringing a sincere, a real message, a message from my heart, a message from Addiction Training Center and the things we believe in. And I get to bring that to people, but it lights me up. It's a gift. It's a gift. Where did you leave your gifts along the way in your life? What were the things you used to love to do? That's a good start. That's a good start. What's important to you? If you don't know what your gifts are, why don't you start by strategizing and thinking about what is important in my life? Important in my life, I could tell you right now, important in my life are my friends and my family and the health and well-being of my neighbors in my community. That's important to me. Much more important than the car I drive or the house I live in or the zeros in my bank account. Well, I got a lot of zeros. There just aren't any numbers to go with it, but that's not important to me in my life because I've chased that. And guess what? I've been miserable. What's important to me is bringing out a message and trying to help people, is seeing people succeed and being a part of the miracle of recovery and of people succeeding in their life and being a part of that. And so I get to find my gift, which is connecting with those people and helping those people and doing those things. What's important to you? What is it that you value? Because when you find the things that you value, you just might find out where your gifts actually lie. What exactly is it that lights you up? What kind of strengths, what strengths do you have? What strengths are in your life? I mean, we've all got enough problems. We could all point out the negative, but why don't we think for a minute about what is one of the strengths that we have? You know, Rick, God bless you, Rick. Rick says, unfortunately, I can't jump garbage cans on my bike anymore. I was a neighborhood champ, LOL. Rick, God bless you, brother. I'll tell you what, I remember building ramps in our neighborhood. Boy, you couldn't do this. If you let your kids build the ramps that we built when we were kids, they would arrest the parents and put them in jail for child abuse if they let us build those. We took the flimsiest pieces of wood and we stacked them on a plastic garbage pan or can, and we tried to jump our bikes over them. And every time we were crashing, and I don't know how we ever survived that childhood, Rick, but we did. But maybe it was building, and maybe it was just that kind of adventure. And maybe now, instead of jumping garbage cans on bicycles, maybe now it's about doing a bike tour through the Everglades or doing something like that. Maybe it's some sort of exercise, or maybe it's building. Maybe it could be anything. Think back. David's here with us. David, how are you, brother? Glad to see you there. So what are your gifts? Give us a shout out right now. We got a little more time left in the show. What are some gifts that you have that light up your life? Because when you live within those gifts, yes, I've got my cooking, I've got my music, I've got my friends, and I've got my recovery and sharing with people. But it's never stops. I'm always finding something new. And with the curiosity and the joy of a child. That's what makes life great. No, who said, listen, guys, I just had my birthday last week. And a lot of you participated in the show last week with Gary, and we had a studio audience, and we had some the best people in my life. We had Karen and my mom. I had Tammy and Gary, and I had Dawn, and these are the best, most important people in my life, and they were all there. And we celebrated my birthday, and I turned 55. And I feel younger now than I was when I was 45. I feel younger now than I was when I was 35. Because I'm finding more things that bring me joy. And instead of talking about them, and instead of thinking that, yeah, that's all good and fine, but I'm not allowed to do that anymore because I'm an adult, I'm doing them and I'm having fun. And I see a lot of you out there. Edie and David, you're two of them right there, that I see you guys out all the time at the music festivals and dancing and having a great time. God bless you. That's life. That's the joys. And that's our gifts. Our gifts to let go, to be childlike, not childish, childlike, and to share that with others. Then those things in our life that are imperfect no longer are things that we have to chase and fix, because in the imperfection lies the fun. It lies everything else. Janice sharing music, art, friends that bring out the best in me. Yes, absolutely. Art. I know people who have picked up my mom, one of them, and I've seen Edie's work. I've seen people who have picked up art over this last few months because of the COVID, the last year or so. And they're having a blast, and they're really pumping out, and people's creative sides are coming out. I've also seen people kind of sink into a depression and sit on the sofa and eat Pringles and watch garbage TV. I got nothing against TV. I love watching TV. I got my great shows. I love my reruns, and football season's almost here. Woohoo! But there's so much to do. Don't miss out. You wanted a studio? Build a studio. You want to start doing a podcast? Start talking about your passions. You need help doing a podcast? Come and see me. Come and see me over at Live Out Loud Productions. Give us a call at Addiction Training Center. We have Live Out Loud Productions. We'll help you set up if you want to do. We'll show you what to do. atceducation.com. Call Karen, 786-514-0893. Reach out to me on Facebook if you guys are interested in getting involved in a podcast. Maybe your interest right now is in helping others. Maybe you've seen enough sick and suffering going on in the world that you want to be part of the solution and no longer sit back and think about what a terrible world it is. Maybe if we all became part of the solution, it wouldn't be a terrible world. Maybe it wouldn't be a terrible place. Maybe less people would be dying out there. atceducation.com, or again, call Karen at 786-514-0893. Take one of our trainings, become a certified event interventionist. Get out there, learn how to help people. Get involved with ATC and let us help you help others. You know, Karen and I can only do so much boots on the ground work. We got Gary too, and Gary's out there and he's helping as many people as he can. But we can only do so much as a handful of people. But if we get everyone involved, we could change the world. One person at a time, we will change the world. But we must work together. Because we just can't be there for everyone. And thank goodness people are out there doing that stuff. Thank goodness somebody was there to help my daughter when she needed it. Thank goodness somebody was out there to help everyone else. You know, so look for your gifts. Find your gifts. Don't let somebody tell you they have no talent or that they have no gift. And if you tell yourself you have no gift or no talent, shame on you. You've got something. Look for it. Look inside yourself. Watch others. Try something new. You don't have to go to skydiving. You don't have to join the military. You don't have to do anything drastic. Maybe just try walking on the beach and collecting seashells. Maybe pick up an old guitar at a pawn shop for $60 and take some lessons. You know, you don't even have to spend money on lessons anymore. You go on Google, you can get every lesson ever taught. You know, if you've got friends who can't find the benefit in their life, share your benefits with them until they find their own. Share your gifts. That's the thing. A gift not shared is not a gift at all. It's a secret, and secrets don't help anybody. Share your gifts. I kept my music secret for a lot of years. I did. I know that. My passion and my love for music, I kept it secret just because I didn't think I was good enough to share it. But now that I'm sharing it, my life is so much better because I get to really embrace that part of me. You know, cooking. Like I said, I love cooking, but what if I only cooked for me and that was the only person I ever cooked for? I would never have the joy of sharing that with another person, sitting down and watching somebody eat my food and not get food poisoning. Once in a while. It happens. Come on, get over it. You know, a gift not shared is a secret, and secrets don't help. Share your gifts. Share your laughter. Share your joy. Most definitely share your compassion and share your love. But definitely share your gifts. Share your gifts. If you know somebody who's stuck and shut in, pick them up, take them to a concert, take them out. It doesn't have to be a big concert. It can be over at Galuppi's where we always hang out on Wednesday nights, my friends and I, and most Wednesdays I'm out there. Do something like that. You know, pick up a sport. Gary and Tammy, they praise. I don't know anything about it. They praise something called pickleball. I don't even know what it is, but they love it. They're so excited by it. They love their pickleball. So, you know, maybe that's a good thing. I don't know. I don't know. But they love it. I love playing golf. I haven't done it in a while. Why? Because I'm not good at it and I don't want to go out with good golfers and be embarrassed. But you know what? How am I ever going to get good at it unless I go out and do it? And how am I ever going to experience the joy of going out there and hitting that one good shot? You play all game for one good shot. How am I going to do that if I don't get out there and play? You know? So that's what this show's about. It's about finding your gifts. It's about stop the pursuit of a life that you'll never have and start living the life that is right in front of you. You know? It doesn't mean you can't change things or want things. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying give up, you're stuck where you are, accept it. What I'm saying is make the most of what you got and then build on that. And that's how you change your life, and that's how things get better. Not by pretending what you got doesn't exist or being resentful about what you got or hating what you have. It's about doing what you can with what you got, finding the joy in the journey, and then building upon that a little bit at a time. Next thing you know, you turn around, you look back, and you're like, how did I even get this far down the road? This is fantastic. You don't even know because you've been having so much goddamn fun doing it. Because you've been living in your gifts and your joys. You've been allowing yourself to love other human beings and to care about them. Not to put others down, not to put yourself down. Life can be whatever you want it to be. I spent a lot of years looking at my life and thinking, I wish it was different. And I spent a lot of years resenting myself and the people around me because it wasn't. And now, I want my company to grow, and I want my friendships to grow, and I want my love to grow, and I want a little bit of this and a little bit of that. But boy, you know what I really want more than anything else? I want to go cook some meatballs. I want to go out and laugh with some friends. I want to hug the people that I love, and I want to make sure I tell them that I love them. I want to play my guitar, and I want to sing badly and sing loudly. That's what I want. The other stuff will come. But if you're not finding your joy in your life, where are you going anyway? If you're miserable, why are you even on the trip? Get happy. If you're not happy, I got happiness for you to spare. I'll give you some of mine. Come on over to my house. Just say, hey, Scott, I want to borrow a cup of happiness. I got it for you. I got it for you. It's going to come in the form of a meatball, a song, and a hug, but I'm going to give it to you. Because that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to do it for ourselves, and we're supposed to do it for others. You want to survive an imperfect life? Stop just trying to survive and thrive. Thrive in your gifts, thrive in your love, thrive with your heart. Stop trying to be an adult. Stop trying to be something you're not. Just enjoy. Just enjoy. I want to thank everybody for joining me tonight. I hope that there's something in this message that helps light you up. If there's a topic or something that you would like to hear on surviving an imperfect life, please let me know. Sometimes we might touch on things that are a little more serious than others. Sometimes we might just want to get on here and be a little bit silly. But I definitely want your input. So reach out to me. You can reach out to me at Addiction Training Center on Facebook, or you can reach out to me at Live Out Loud Podcast on Facebook, or you can go to Scott Jones, my Facebook page. Reach out to me. Send me a message. Let me know what you'd like me to talk about on surviving an imperfect life. But for now, I want to thank you all for being here. God bless you all. I hope you all have a great, great weekend coming up. I'll catch you next time right here on, on Scott's Guide. It's always weird for me to talk about myself in that third person, but that's what we do on TV, I guess, and podcasting. We'll catch you next time right here on Scott's Guide to Surviving an Imperfect Life.